All right. We had a game here between Nate and Tyson. Looks like Nate is running Replicating Perfection, and Tyson is running a kit deck. So let's see what they got. Nate decides to keep, so keeping with Nisei, Enigma, Celebrity Gift, Pop-Up Window, and Himitsubako. Tyson also keeping Katie Escher. Interesting card. R&D Interface, Dirty Laundry, and Data Sucker. So we'll see. Yeah, I expect probably a Celebrity Gift right off the bat here. It's pretty nice start, showing off that there's not a lot in HQ worth going after, and then chooses to install Himitsubako instead of Enigma. That's interesting. Cheaper to res, stays up, but we'll see. Replicating Perfection, very, very strong right now. Sundew has been released, so they have a lot of economy cards, a lot of options available to them. Okay, Data Sucker comes out, Dirty Laundry into R&D. Very, very nice synergy. Just hope to hit no traps here. Breaches and accesses. Get some money off of that. Very nice. Maybe a Katie install. Oh, interesting. Okay. R&D interface install and then accesses again to see 2 new cards. Steals a brain trust out of that. All right. Ends up working out for him. Very, very nice. All right. Tyson up 2-0. We see a restructure get played, and there we go. All right. All of our centrals have been iced, so it's not going to be free lunch getting through any of those. I'm sure we'd like to see that as the corporation. Sucks to lose that brain trust, though. Would have preferred that be a fetal AI or something with a little more teeth to it. More setup, more draw by the runner. Probably digging for a breaker here. Tough to have Katie Jones come out and not be able to click her on the same turn, but sometimes you got to draw. Okay, there we go. We see the pad campaign come out, again protected by, at least in part, the Replicating Perfection. Very, very strong. Oh, yeah, there you go. Yep. Shouldn't have drawn 2 for the chat. Yep, missing out on that Katie Jones turn 1 click, but he's got it now. SMC comes out, so yeah, a lot of setup. He'll be able to go find his probably a code gate breaker, I imagine. We'll see if it's ooh, he's got to be careful here. Gotta be careful here. Okay, he got lucky. Just an Enigma, not a Neural Katana or something for some nasty net damage. All right. Starting turn 4, pad campaign gets rezzed before ElQuishi's turn. He's got some interesting decisions to make here. He's kind of got a scoring window. Yep, maybe the Nisei. Yep, there we go. 1 advancement counter, so he can run. Riot Corp can run if he wants to, but it's pretty risky. You know, that can look like a June bug for sure. It's going to have to run, click 1 or 2 to get through that Eli. Decides to take the money, get out an arbitrage, click Katie Jones, and there you go. Triple advance, quick score out of the Nisei. It's a 2-2 game. A lot of money potential on the runner side, but the Corp is pretty happy to sit there. Tsurugi is a very good card. That's going to be a nasty, nasty surprise unless the runner can deal with it. He's got enough money, he can self-modifying code out into a code gate breaker and use Kit's ability. So he could theoretically face check that if he's got the money for it. So hopefully he takes Katie or clicks Armitage a few times before he's making some serious runs. Not a lot of targets for him, though. Interesting. Okay. Dagger. So this is a cloak and dagger kit deck. Very, very interesting. See another restructure. Tsurugi over R&D, protecting against that R&D interface. Very, very good. Corporation seems like it's in a little bit of a better spot, but again, there's just a ton of money right here. So as long as he's careful and doesn't lose those, he should be in a really good spot. The runner should be in a really good spot. So because he clicked Katie, yeah, there you go. That's exactly what you'd expect to see. Because you click Katie means you're not taking the money off of her. So this is a rebuild round. Okay, Grim going over HQ, and an intern's play. Oh, interesting. To go get a Sundew. Go pulling a Sundew. The quintessential replicating perfection card right there. All but guarantees that the corporation gets 2 money on the runner's turn. Oh, here we go. Okay, running R&D. Res Tsurugi. But he took the money off Katie, so he should be able to use his self-modifying code, and either Parasite would be good too. Potential splash here if he has a Parasite data sucker, or if he's going to go find his, there it is, Gordian Blade. So very nice. Gordian Blade breaking Tsurugi. Only reason it's able to do that is because it is in fact a code gate based on Kit's ability, so Gordian can get through this normally Sentry. Tagged as code gate, and then Enigma is a code gate behind it. So pretty good run. 4 costs 6 money total. Gets in. Ooh, steals another Brain Trust. Wow, that's got to feel very, very good for the Riot Corp here. Excellent turn. And pays 3 to trash an Ash. That is very nice to see. So corporation here going to have to respond somehow with the R&D threat. Again, it's a little bit of a scoring or a rebuild here. That was a big money turn for the runner, but with Katie out, the runner will be able to rebuild that stash of money quickly and get in strategically. Only takes 6 money to get in, so. Dirty laundry pad campaign, love it, keeping up the pressure. Trashing pad campaign for 4, gaining 5 from that dirty laundry. Very, very nice. All right, we draw Himitsubako and then clicks to draw an Ichi. So more ice. Kind of an interesting spot. This I said earlier that this replicating perfection makes a lot of money. Third ice, not what you want to see. Really expensive. Wall of Thorns there. Yeah, very, very interesting. Well, next turn he can get off that celebrity gift and get some money going that way. But yeah, it's interesting. Interesting. We'll see. Really doesn't need to install any more icebreakers at this point. He's got his access through to R&D. ElQuishi's deciding to not further ice up R&D at this point, so door is open. He does have the cost to get through, but you just got to be so careful when you're running Jinteki. The possibilities for net damage are endless, seemingly endless. Click Katie Jones. Get her running some creds. It's kind of an interesting position. I don't really know what I do besides get more money. Again, do you draw here to see what other options you have? This Escher card is very interesting. It if successful, run on HQ, which so far the runner has not accessed at all. So unknown ice over HQ. But if accessing, instead can rearrange any number of ice protecting all servers. Same number of ice must be protecting each server after the rearrangement as before, which can be very good if you have a server that you just cannot get into. But right now, he's got everything he needs over R&D. So going to go ahead and decide to spend the 6-4 with Gordian Blade on Sarugi and another 2. Let's see. Oh, it's click. It's click 4, so he actually doesn't have to break the lose a click. Accesses 2 cards, doesn't hit anything there, so just keeping the probe up. Okay, pop-up window, so that's very nice. Yep, celebrity gift, fantastic play. Just a huge injection of cash. And then that Ichi coming in to shut down that R&D access that has been plaguing the corporation this whole time. Ooh, very, very interesting. Immediate snap play of the feedback filter. Jinteki player does not like to see that. It is expensive though, so gonna have to be able to pay for protecting against that net damage. Decides to draw and then play a hedge fund. Maybe Ash install right here behind Wall of Thorns. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe get an ice out. Okay, going ahead. Trying to accelerate a little bit. So, unorthodox predictions. Very interesting 3-1 Jinteki agenda. Lets you choose when you score it to basically decide, hey, a sentry, a code gate, or barriers cannot be broken until the beginning of the corporation's next turn. So the meta play, or one of the things I've seen done well with this card, is you advance it, once or twice, and then you advance it, score it, declare, say, barrier or code gate, and then install your next agenda, and then they have no way to get through it, and then you can score your next agenda on the following turn. So it's very interesting. Runner here does not have a lot of money. It's got Katie going, which is good. Katie is the lifeblood of this this runner right here. Okay, yep, we see a quick score. Let's see what is going to be enforced here. Code gates makes sense. The one icebreaker that's out is a code gate breaker, so pretty interesting. I know would much prefer, the corporation, ElQuishi would much prefer to have these brain trusts in hand and scoring those out than this 3-1, but take what he can get. Got a good game here. Ooh, we got to watch this indexing here. Ooh, 2 indexings is very, very threatening to the corporation. This is a meta-defining card that will allow a multi-access. So the idea is you run an indexing, see the 5 cards that you want to see, and then put the agenda on top, and then run it again and steal that agenda. But that's going to be pretty tough for this setup right here. Ichi easily rezzed with 23 credits, so indexing, while a very, very good card, would be hard at this stage for the runner to get in twice. Another pop-up window goes over archives. Great play. Just getting something out. Pop-up windows are great in Jinteki. They look so scary. They look like every other ice. And then when they hit, it's like, oh, it's just a pop-up window. And then you realize that you're just feeding into the potential snares, the potential June bugs or other things. And now we can really see that this Sundew has just put in work. We're starting turn 12. And the money has just continued to trickle in, and the replicating perfection economy engine just just cannot be stopped. More econ coming in. Jackson Howard comes out. Look, he's got the hedge fund, and he's not even worried about playing it. There you go. Prefers the pad campaign. So we'll see. Boy, this is actually really unfortunate to see 3 indexings in hand is not good. It's a fantastic card, but okay. R&D interface, very interesting, very risky against Jinteki, potentially multi-accessing here. So we're gonna see that Ichi get rezzed. It does pick up Code Gate. Again, Kit turns it into a Code Gate so he can deal with it. Oh, this is very, very interesting. So he's got a Sentry Breaker out. He's got Dagger out. And he actually can use Gordian Blade to break Ichi if he wants. And then he can use his Data Sucker tokens to actually strength down both the... Oh, very interesting. I wonder if he's going to jack out here. I should finish my thought. So he could have spent more to just break Ichi exclusively with Gordian Blade, and then use 2 Data Sucker tokens to get Tsurugi to 0, break it with Dagger, and then the other 2 to break it. I don't really know what he's doing right here. Pays 4 to break. How is he going to... Oh, I'm silly. Enigma is a Code Gate, so he has a Gordian Blade. Okay. Very nice play. 3-card access. Oh, the Nisei. Oh. The Nisei coming in, ending the run. All that money spent to no avail. Pad campaign, start of his turn. Probably puts another something over R&D. Yeah, Eli, another Sundew. So good. Expensive. Look at this. Four cards over R&D just to prevent that 3-card access. A lot of card draw here. Not clicking Katie, which at this point I think is a little bit of a mistake, but that's okay. Got a close game. Okay, very interesting. The Nisei comes out. So probably going to install that in server 3. But we'll see. Yep, there we go. So Ash protecting the Nisei, making it virtually impossible, especially with this credit deficit that the runner's experiencing. He's gonna have to concede the score here, I imagine. And try and build up for a final push, a final run, but there we go. Gosh, those Sundews now making 4 credits on the runner's turn for the corporation. That's so good. This is really tough. This is a not a great matchup for Dagger with no stealth credits out. And of course the tough thing is because he can't get in here, he's going to concede another Nisei Mark II being scored, which will give the corporation another hosted agenda counter to just end the run whenever they wish. Very, very powerful ability that stopped a multi-access earlier in the game and will likely be extra insurance for the Corp to be able to score out something. So potentially game-winning fetal AI here for the corporation. All right, very interesting. This is not good for... Oh, Kits comes in clutch here. Assigning code gate. So they will be able to get out of this one. Gordian has to strength up 3 times and pay 1. Yes, so total of 4. Decides to continue. Okay, this is very risky. If this was another Ichi or a Grim, that would be potentially game over. Not game over, I should say, but would certainly trash this Gordian blade. However, it looks like it's going to be a push because this Himitsubaku is a barrier breaker, which is just enough to end the run. Okay, Riot Corp decides to jack out. Yes. I think that's a very good call. Not knowing what this is could be a potential trap. Okay, forcing the Jackson usage or trash. ElQuishi in such a strong position. Doesn't even have to use the Jackson Howard. No agendas in archives. Nothing that he wants to try and preserve. Going after the Sundew. Very smart, but probably too little too late. Not that there was really an opportunity earlier. Oh, the Brain Trust. Even better. That's... Oh, and decides to install the Fetal. Very interesting. I guess this is... Yeah. I guess it's, makes sense if you're trying to hang an agenda out there, and if for some crazy way he does end up getting in, then all he's done is steal a Fetal. But I think at this point, between the Ash, the Wall of Thorns, I think this is pretty much GG. So what do you do here as the runner? Well, you got to go hard. You probably go for broke. You take the money off Katie, click Armitage once or twice, run R&D maybe. Try and get that multi-access. Hope you don't steal 2 1-pointers. Because if he clicks through the trash programs, he still doesn't have any way to deal with Tsurugi. His dagger can't strength up. And Tsurugi, the reason Tsurugi costs 6 is because it can be extremely taxing on the runner, and also has the ability to end the run. So in this case, the corporation would want its first subroutine to fire and end the run because runner has no way to get by it. So we'll see. We'll see. Okay, interesting. Maybe self-modifying code immediately trigger into a cloak. Okay, turns it into a code gate. Which he probably has to break. He's got a bad pub, so it should cost him 3. 1, 2, 3, and 1 to break. Less the bad publicity. Okay, decides instead to use the dagger on here, but the Himitsubaku is going to stop him. So tough to do. Probably would have done the Gordian Blade breaking Grim, and then you could have self-modifying code into the Corroder that he would have needed. So probably click Armitage and say, oh, okay, there you go. I forgot. So yeah, not going to do anything, but a valiant effort. Replicating Perfection. Do not have to get in, just have to have attempted the run. So there you go. Wall of Thorns ending the run, and then we're going to see a triple score here. Triple advance for the win. All right. Congrats to ElQuishi for the win, but a very, very good run. Let's hop in and chat with them.
Let's
see what they thought.
Oh, yes. After action report. I was just hoping to come in.
There you go. Good game, fellas. Very, very good game. Tough one. That replicating perfection, it just is like a boulder once it gets going.
Yeah, I mean, the early pressure was really good.
Yes.
2 early brain trust, the R&D interface. When I made some mistakes, like installing that Wall of Thorns on server 3, instead of plugging R&D was just, I was too focused on like keeping Pokey Ice in front of centrals, instead of just like stopping the threat. I should have put the Ichi R&D instead of creating a server I had no use for, because he got in again with 6 credits and saw 2 cards. So yeah, there was a big threats there, but Tyson I think the econ eventually dried up a bit, as it tends to do against replicating perfection, and then it's just tough to make headway once they're set up.
Very, very, very astute. I think I really like the late game runs to get in, trash the Jackson, trash the Sundew, but even then, you're in trouble when the corporation lets you trash the Jackson instead of triggering it. That means they're in a good spot. But I liked the breaker suite that you had going. Cloak and Dagger is interesting. That's kind of a tough matchup against this. because then you're drawing a bunch of cards. I also felt terrible for you, Tyson. I don't know if you shared this, but he had 3 indexings
Yeah, he was
in
just talking
hand.
about that.
Oh, just brutal. It's like, oh, these are just dead draws for this particular game.
Yeah, well, that was where if I could have gotten one of those off maybe earlier, especially with the R&D interface, it would have that would have been a game changer. I was a little worried about the Jackson, so I figured just do the R&D pressure, but the other thing that I was hoping for with this kind of Hail Mary was this Escher. If I could
Mm.
have gotten through, I don't know if you're able to res all, but the Escher,
Yeah, I got a
if I
couple
could have got
pop-ups over archive, so that would have been nice.
position 1 over archives, if that's pop up, if that's a pop up, okay, I was gonna pull that one, and I might have pulled the Wall of Thorns, which would have screwed me.
Yes.
But if I could have gotten the at least, yeah, I don't know what I would have done because I didn't.
You wouldn't see him, but yeah, it would be.
I didn't see him.
Be interesting.
Yeah.
Well, RP is an interesting matchup against Kit because it like automatically soaks Kit's ability on a central, so you know that they can't use it on your remotes. I mean, Kit just changes how you have to play it too. Like you want to get your code gates as your uttermost piece of ice, and your your sentries and stuff, like nasty stuff you kind of want inside. But with replicating perfection, like you want the runs on central servers to be at least taxing for that first ice if they're just going to hit it and bounce to your remotes. Like I like to have the Ichi, Tsurugi, Grim as the outermost, but then they're the ones getting targeted by Kit, so it's a really interesting matchup.
Yeah,
I
thought
do
that
think
was a
the
great
only
game.
way is criminal. I think you got to go criminal on this one because the econ is better in criminal, and I think if you can get us count siphons, not to say I know this deck super well now, but I feel like Jinteki has less take punishment. And
None.
if you don't have the resource reliance, like criminal can get away with some of that. And yeah, just put the pressure on.
Yeah, if you can
Early.
like it's criminal if you can go like fairy for the Tsurugis, count siphon early, like keep them poor. Like it can be really hard as RP to get or any Jinteki to get back. But yeah, with Celebrity Gift now, especially like being able to ramp up to 10 or whatever from 3.
Yeah,
that's really, yeah, that's a huge deal.
Nice.
Yeah, RP stuff. This is a good game.
Yeah, that was a great game, fellas.